edition of Lunkers and Bucks. Today we're out at the HRBT, little section off of Fort Monroe and the Cavalier Hotel. Already have some bites. Out here speckled trout fishing and drum fishing, whichever one bites. A lot of times it's the same bait. Using mirror lures and frozen shrimp on a clacker. And I've got some pool noodles out here, so we're cheating a bit, but I'm aiming to put some meat on the table. I don't care how I do it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Just hit that button right there, and let's enjoy the day. Thanks for watching Lunkers and Bucks. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll catch some small fish and use them for live bait, but that would force me to be stationary, and I want to move around, check this place out. I haven't really fished it much, so I just want to try everything I got, really search it out, learn what this area can produce. Boop. We're going to go back. The hotel that's off in the distance is actually called the Chamberlain, not the Cavalier. The Chamberlain's next to Fort Monroe, built in 1896. Was given a 50-year lease by the Army Corps of Engineers, I believe. Named after the original owner, John Chamberlain. It is now a retirement community for 55 and up. More important, there is a free pier next to it and a really good restaurant called the Dead Rise. There's a boat ramp about 200 yards from the HRBT tunnel, where there's a lot of stripers, flounders, spot, broker, trout, you name it. Good place to put in. If you like really good seafood, the Dead Rise restaurant is right next to it as far as the boat ramp, and it's a great place to go after you've done some fishing. But if you get a chance to check that out. Also, the Cavalier Hotel is actually down at the oceanfront. It's built in 1927, and it has just been remodeled, and it is decadent. If you like decadent stuff, that's a hotel for you. Rooms are only $629 a night. There's a restaurant down at the bottom called the Hunt Room. Awesome food. It's actually pretty good. And there's a distillery actually called what's it called? The Tarnished Truth whiskey, I believe. You can buy that. It's actually pretty good. There's a tour in the bottom of the hotel. Hotel's supposed to be haunted, so you're drinking haunted whiskey. It's pretty cool stuff. So if you ever get a chance, visit the Cavalier Hotel down at Oceanfront, and again, the Dead Rise right next to Fort Monroe. Awesome place to eat if you're down here fishing. I usually eat up all my lunch early in the morning, and I get pretty full. But check it out. I've been catching a lot of stuff on the shrimp, but it's that's more expensive than squid, so I figured I'll try out some squid. Here I am cutting up a few slices. I'll put it on the hook in long strips. Just see what'll bite. Save me some money, a little bit of time too, because the shrimp are just getting killed at it. Anytime I go to some place I haven't fished in a while, I usually bring pool noodles, or some people call it jug fishing. Today, my red noodles have top water bait, basically about a foot underneath the top of the water, and my orange noodles are low bait, basically sitting on the bottom. The shrimp that's on the top didn't get tagged all day long. It's only right now about 3-4 feet of water, foot down, no bites at all. Whereas the shrimp that are on the bottom, almost as soon as I put it in, they're getting hammered by some small stuff. Not really doing me any good with the small fish, but it's neat to see what they are. Caught toads, some spot down there. So it looks like the hooks that are on the bottom are just getting hammered. Bait that's on top isn't, and this is only 3-4 foot of water tops, so that makes a difference. Switching up to some squid. I have more of it, stays on the hook, doesn't cost as much. When jug fishing in Virginia, make sure that you have your name and phone number, address on it. and that you have some glow-in-the-dark tape and that you keep them within sight at all times. There's a million different ways when it comes to jug fishing throughout here. Whoa, that's getting hit right away. Look at that. Part of the fun with jug fishing, a lot of times you'll catch a big fish on this and they just take off, and then you got to chase them down. It's always fun. Sometimes I'll won't put a weight on it, and what'll end up happening is it'll drag the bait across wherever I'm fishing, and a lot of times you'll find the fish doing it that way, whether it be the current taking it someplace to wind. Sometimes that's where the bait fish end up, and then that's where the other big fish end up as well. So, but a lot of times I'll do that on lakes and ponds where, here it can go out to the freaking ocean. Bobber. Hook, then wait. As the tide gets higher and higher, because the tide's coming in, I'm going to have to move the noodle. I've only got about 5 foot of line. Was anticipating about that height, but it's right next to this bridge. It's getting a little deeper. The other thing you'll notice is that I'm saying bob or hook, then wait. You got to be careful with these, because if you throw the weight out first, what ends up happening is that hook comes flying out of there, and speaking from experience, it'll hook the leg. So always go bobber, hook, then wait, not wait, hook, bobber. Trust me, it's not fun when the hook gets caught in your leg. And I'm using circle hooks, so they're sharp and they're getting right in there. So again, bobber, hook, then wait. And no need to throw it around, but just drop it in. I've caught trout out here in this flat before. I never really see a whole lot of people fishing it. Oh, that was quick. Took that right off the line. I do see a decent amount of people out here wading, and this water's only 3-4 feet deep, so fishermen will come out with waders and fish the edge of one of the bridges. They tend to have pretty good luck. Bobber, hook, then wait. Someone called a plumber. What you're hearing is looks like a water pipe that's underneath the bridge has busted, and it is just pouring out water. And I'm hoping that it's just water, not sewage, but it looks pretty clean, so hopefully I'm not kayaking. So what I'm doing here is I'm paddling back and forth, drifting with the current, going underneath the bridge, hitting these pylons with some jigs, usually 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce, going right in between the poles, but also just drifting as I go, bouncing off the bottom, and then paddling back, and going back and forth, back and forth. Oh, Nelly. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. Look at that. Creature from the deep.
Man, look at those teeth. Woo! Was not expecting that. That's a pretty little fish. As you can see, this little bad boy's got some teeth. Look at that. Woo! I think some people eat these. I don't. That's an interesting looking fish.
A lot of people tell me that's called a ribbon fish, and I think I did some research and it's called a cutlass. So you can call them either one. Apparently you can eat them, and some people say you got to smoke them. Sounds like something I might do later. What I'm doing here, there's two bridges that go out to Fort Monroe, and I'm drift fishing between the two of them. Wind has picked up, starting to blow a little bit, but I'll drift all the way down on the outgoing tide because it's outgoing right now, and I'm just bouncing off the bottom. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. Don't know what it is, but I got him. I think. It's a trout. Okay. Look at those teeth. Look at that. Pretty little thing. Not big enough to eat.
That's about it for the day. I didn't get skunked, and now I'm going to head up to the Dead Rise for some lunch. Thanks for watching Lunkers and Bucks. Please like and subscribe.